Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a day in my life working from home, everything about my morning routine and my work and random things in my life. So let's get started. So today is one of those days when both me and my husband are working from home. My husband is taking Dia to daycare. I didn't film the early morning part because it's pretty chaotic, getting her ready, packing lunch and everything. Breakfast is usually very simple during work days because I'm not a morning person. Today I am having oats. It's usually either bread, butter, jam, or cereal. Because I have a little bit more time today since I'm working from home, it's a little bit fancier, I would say. And this is just a small portion I'm having before my stretching routine in the morning. You may know from some of my previous videos that I love making herbal tea. So here I am making some for me and my husband. Actually, I love the process of making it more than the tea itself. One thing I always make sure is to start my day by making my bed. I usually do this first thing in the morning, but since I had more time with me today, I kind of postponed it. But I really enjoy this. I think it just starts my day very fresh and relaxed. Dia's room is obviously the more messy one, but this is the same room where I also work, so I definitely want it to look clean and tidy even before I start working. And I know that some people may feel this is not necessary, but it's just me. I just can't seem to focus on work when things are lying around in my room. So, yeah. Now, for those of you thinking this is my daily stretch routine, I just kind of started to have a workout routine in the morning, and this was filmed a couple weeks back, and I tried going for a morning run and doing some stretch routine in the morning, some yoga and everything. But I'll let you know that I've kind of broken that routine now. It's really difficult for me to stay on a workout routine. I always feel that I'd rather dance than going on a workout routine. But I do love stretching. Even when I'm dancing, I try to do a little bit of that. But and you know that having a morning routine kind of makes you feel good very first thing in the morning. So if you can do it, that's really good. And I'm trying my best to get on that routine like that. It's just not happening at the moment. So the water is done by that time, so I am taking that and making my tea. We used to drink a lot of black coffee in our household. I recently started having heartburn issues, and that's why I kind of decided to try herbal tea, and I really like it. Like I said, I just really enjoy the process of making it. It's just a little bit more satisfying and relaxing than the usual tea, I think, and it's good for health. So like I said, the oats was a small portion that I had earlier, so I'm making some bulsa is one of my favorite breakfast things to do, but like I said, I always don't get the time to do that. I kind of try to get ready in probably half an hour in the morning, so there's very little time for any sort of uh, even little fancier breakfast. But I'm having some of that also with the tea. Sometimes when we have idli or dosha batter lying around, we do make them, but it's very rare. Usually we reserve all those good breakfasts for the weekends, idli, dosha, upma, puri, and all that. My husband hates this job of unloading dishwasher, but I think to me it's a little bit of a satisfying job to take things and keep it in their places and being organized. Usually in the morning, I don't do this. I can kind of do this in the afternoon when I'm all done with my work and everything. But today I'm a little bit um, less heavy on work, so I thought, I'll just do it anyway before getting back to my work. And it doesn't take a lot of time, it's just, a matter of your priorities. So it's almost 9 o'clock, and I am getting to start to work. The very first thing I do in my work is to check my emails. Believe it or not, a lot of faculty in academia start their mornings with this job, and it takes a lot of time, most of their day. I try not to get into the weeds of it because, checking emails can really take a lot of your time, and you don't want to be spending all of your time on that. But I try to, clean up my email. I like to have a very clean inbox, just like how I talked about having a clean room. So I try to sort those out and organize them based on, their priorities and everything. So that's the very first thing I do in the morning. Before even starting my work, I like to make a to-do list of the things I want to do that day. It doesn't happen all the time, but if I have a lot of projects in hand, I try to do that. Sometimes I make sticky notes of things to do. If it's a very high priority thing, I kind of write it down and stick it right in front of me, so that I'm reminded of that all the time. But yeah, making a to-do list, and the favorite thing for me about that is, at the end of the day, if you're able to strike out the tasks that you had in mind, that is such a bliss feeling. So I love to do that. Most of my work involves coding, if you didn't know. So I think today I'm going to focus a lot on that. I'm working on a project that requires a lot of coding. So I'm going to work on that. I have some papers to review, and some other professional development tasks in hand also. The one good thing about COVID was that everyone was given the opportunity to work from home and connect your computers remotely, and I have continued to do that even after COVID. So I like the fact that I can connect to my computer back on campus. But I still do have a desktop at home because it's really difficult for me to work on laptop all the time. So that's why I have the setup here. It's time for me to take a break after an hour or two of working. And it's the right time because my husband is back. He kind of did a little bit of shopping on his way back, so I'm just helping keep the stuff back in the refrigerator and everything. But I wanted to emphasize that taking breaks are really important when you work from home. It can be anything, just like sitting idle or taking a walk. It's very beautiful weather here now. It's summer, so I like to take a walk in the garden, looking at my plants. It's very rewarding to see how these plants are blooming and putting up fruits. So that's one of my favorite break activities to do now when I'm working from home. These are grapes, by the way. So that's my husband working in the background. It might have seemed like a big break, but it actually was not. So I'm back to work. I always like changing my workplaces and shifting between projects because it's difficult to concentrate and focus on one particular work for a long time. I'm sitting in one place. So here I am working on reviewing a paper. It's something which doesn't take a lot of your brain, honestly, so I like doing that in between my other time consuming work. And I also like spending a little bit of time jotting down my ideas, research ideas, making outlines for my presentations and new papers and everything in between all these other main projects. So just a tip there on to try to shuffle around your projects and try changing your workplaces to be more productive. Sometimes it really helps. Okay, so it's past 12, time for lunch. I'm going downstairs and getting my lunch ready. We usually almost all the time eat rice for lunch and dinner. Sometimes we do have Indian roti, but typically, it's always rice and some other curry. This day I had some sambar, some chicken, and other side dishes in there. Um, but yeah, I usually try to take 30 to 45 minutes of lunch break, and this is the time when sometimes watch some small videos and everything just to take a break from work. Since my husband and I both are working from home, we have lunch together and we sometimes watch cool videos if we have the time for that. Summer is a little bit more relaxed than other semesters, so we get to do that much more than other semesters. Okay, I think all of you will agree to this. Post lunch is the worst time to work because of obvious reasons. You're sleepy and tired, and you really don't want to work. So the trick that usually works for me is to do tasks that doesn't consume a lot of your brain, tasks that doesn't seem boring, like reading papers and everything. I wouldn't do that post lunch. What I'm doing here is gathering some paperwork for applying for my professional engineering license. It still seems productive, but it's not like a very monotonous job, so works perfect for this time. Oh, by the way, the daycare actually sends a lot of pictures in between the days, so that is very rewarding and good to see in between all the work. So I love that. Here is a snippet of that. Also, if I'm feeling really sleepy, I try to watch a video or two, some dance video on YouTube, but make sure you're not watching too much of that because that's going to be bad for your work. Check out Kickstyle if you haven't already, they're awesome. So after a couple hours of work, I am taking another break, just practicing some dance moves. I don't do that a lot during work days, but it just helps to, um, distract your mind. It's 3 o'clock, and I can tell by my face I am so done with coding. I've been getting a lot of errors in my code, as you can see from all the red text in there. But on a positive note, some of my issues were debugged and my code is running. So that's good. That's how it works with coding. Some days are great, awesome, and some days are really, really bad. But I would call today as productive. The good thing is that I get to check off my to-do list. I actually did a bonus task, which was not there on my list, so I just wrote that down and struck them out. That's also awesome. Okay, so time to wrap things up and start preparing dinner for Dia, and I have to go pick her up also from daycare. So that'll be a wrap for today in terms of work. I do prepare dinner for Dia before she comes home because she's the most fussiest when she doesn't have anything in her stomach. She is not a big eater, but it's just, the small snacks, or she just needs to have something to eat when she comes home. So I just prepare that beforehand. So, I have it when I come back home with her. I'm just making some vegetables in here, also some corn and some rice. I try to prepare healthy dinner and lunch for her, but kids being kids, she rarely eats that many veggies. But I keep trying. That's what we do, right? Um, but yeah, it might seem like a fancy meal, with multiple stuff on plate, but she would probably eat maybe one or nothing at all from this plate. So, like it said in parenting videos all the time, you just need to keep trying. You never know when they'll eat. I also packed some snacks for Dia to eat in her car. Sometimes it's just crackers, sometimes it's fruits, but yeah, I'm packing those also. Hello, so I'm going to go pick Dia up, and I'm probably going to end this vlog right after I pick her up, just because we get very little time at the end of the day to spend quality time with her. So I'll probably end it right when I pick her up. But that's about it. That's kind of my day in life working from home. Hope you liked the video. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, say hi.
Hi. This is Boo Booies.
Yeah, say
No.
bye. Say bye.
Bye.